here is travel time before I even start polishing it. Just look how dull and drab it is. Pay attention to light's reflection on a playfield. How they don't appear, and then they appear, like right here, there's none. Because it's so dirty and dull. And you can see they're floating across the top. But I'm gonna start by wiping this down to get it clean. And then we're gonna go on to the polishing phase. And after the polishing phase will be the wax phase. I do all this first before I flip it over to clean it, because all the wax and junk is going to fall right through the holes anyways. It's going to get everything dirty on the other side. So I'm doing this now, and then I have to clean the other side anyway, so might as well get whatever is going to get dirty on the other side get dirty. But you can see how well it is stripped down. There's nothing poking out from the top. That's the only way to properly polish and wax these, once in every 40 to 50 years. Alright, I started the polishing process. I don't know if you can tell the difference anywhere, but I did up here. Watch right here as it changes. That, see? Untouched. Look at that. See how it brightens up instantly? Untouched. Bang. This whole top area. I only did up to just about this all the way across. So you can see the lights as they go across. You can actually kind of almost see 1, 2, 3, 4 bulbs in them. And when we go into the un area, how they just fade away. So yeah, this whole top area has been polished. I'll go over it a little bit more. As I polish further down this way, I come back up a little bit. But yeah, this cleanup's so nice. It's so smooth right now. But yeah, it's looking good. I did a whole video process on polishing. So my next part, I'll probably go from here to probably the top of here. So check out the next part of the video to see the different way it reflects. Alright, as you can see, dead, dull, blah. And once we get past here, boom, playfield comes alive. Look at that. And then boom, it dies. This is where I stopped, right about around here. So I'll go up there. The colors are a lot more vivid. I notice the video really doesn't show it. But like, look at the yellow here. It's just like dead. And then look at that. It's just more vivid, trust me. It's because the light is reflecting and my camera is not doing it justice. But yeah, it's coming out great. Yeah, look at there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 of the bulbs. And then right after 500, it all dies. Because I haven't gone that far yet. But yeah, this whole top up here is all done now. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll probably go from here to here, here to here, and then I'll overlap the top again. But just because it splatters, it just makes more sense for me to keep overlapping like that. But then yeah, so then we'll come back. I'm just gonna do the whole playfield because there's like nothing to do here. So I'm just gonna do it from here down to here. But let's get a final look of how this is before we go back. And then when I put the wax on, it's gonna be even deeper. And then there we go, boom, 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 boom. Dead, alive. So yeah, once we get down here, you're gonna see a really big difference. Yes, I do wax and polish under the apron. You can't see it, but it's wood. It's got to get protected because if you put a glass on a playfield and let's say break the glass and you spill liquid all over it, chances are you're gonna wipe the whole playfield off and not get underneath here. This way it's waxed and polished and protected. Alright, now here's the whole thing waxed. See how the lights picked right up? Well, not waxed, polished. It is now fully polished. See how you can see all four? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look good, there we go. Now you can see them better. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's the bulbs. 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, that is all. Oh, I gotta rub that off. That is all polished right now. So I gotta wipe it down just a little bit more with a clean cloth just to make sure I get any of the polishing stuff off, which is Novus 2. That's what I polish these with. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more on this line here. It's a wear line, but it's not a thick line that needs to get replaced. Almost all the old EM pinball machines have this line, but this is a good one because it's just, it's very like minimal, as you can't even really hear it. It ain't like others before where I actually had to lay some urethane in here to fill it up. This is just, it's a stain. I'm gonna see if I can go over it with some Novus and clean it up. But otherwise, yeah, it's looking good. So I'm gonna try that one more time, see if I can clean that up a little bit better. Otherwise, I'm gonna do a final wipe on it and start waxing. All right, I think I lighten it up. Like I said, it's more of a stain. You can see there's only little pieces of it that are, you know, chipped away, but it's just, I think it's just a stain in the wood. It doesn't even need to be repaired. But this also might lighten up too, because I just put liquid all over the thing, you know, to polish it. But otherwise, I don't think it will be noticeable because you're going to be from back here, and it's not going to have this much light on the machine. But out of both of my travel times, they both had that, and I didn't notice either one. So you usually don't notice that on a machine either. But otherwise, yeah, it polished up great. I did the final wiping on it. So now I will bust out my wax and just start waxing it. Let it set up for about a half hour or so, and then wipe it down, and the top half will be fully polished and waxed. All right, waxing. Now you can see it's dead again because we got a coat of wax on. No shine, no nothing. You can see little glimmers of hope with the light. As we flip it around, you can see a little bit of light going. You can see it in the plastic. No need to wax that. That will actually get waxed when I wipe the wax off. But yeah, that's covered up, you won't see that anyways, but like I said, once I wipe the wax off, it's going to get wiped onto there. But no, actually, I'll probably just touch that up real quick. I have a half hour yet. I'll wipe that up real good, and then we'll let it tack on, and then we will go over and wipe all this off, and then the playfield will be polished and waxed and all pretty again. But yeah, you can see how it is dead now because I'm letting the wax haze up. And then once it hazes up all the way, I'll wipe it off, and this thing's going to be super shiny and super slick, and it's going to have a lot of action on it. And there it is in all of its glory. Fully polished, fully waxed, fully super shiny. Travel time. Like I said, this has to be done at least once in its 40, 50 years of existence. So, oh, look at it. You can even see my shadow. Hello. That's how shiny it is. It's got to be done once. Let's say every 40 years. This has to be done to a pinball machine. It's got to get fully stripped down, full deep clean, good full rebuild, and this thing should be perfectly effortless working. Every now and again, you know, small little adjustments. It's an EM. They need them. They get hot. Things move. But that's normal. That's why they got rid of EMs, because they always need to be a little adjusting all the time. You know, once a year, you know, you need a little adjustment here or there. But still, after, you know, it ain't like, you know, you couldn't do this with a solid state machine. Last Action Hero, you could not knock that down for 40 years and then plug it in and even think it's going to work. I bet you a cap's going to be rotted, something's going to be shorted, something. These, I have seen these knocked down, you know, for years, and I have plugged them in. I've had one where every single thing worked on it. The only reason why is because it was never touched by anybody. It was never touched. It was dirty, but everything worked. Every switch worked. Every score reel still worked. The rubbers were completely gone. A lot of them were rubber bands, but every single thing worked on that machine. And that's what I like about EMs. You can take these and knock them down. Like my Gulfstream right there, I didn't use that for like a year. The other day I plugged it in, put it back together, and it worked. I just had to clean one score reel. Two contacts, well, three contacts I had to clean on a score reel, and that was it. But that score reel was acting up a year before I tore it apart. I mean, put it away. So, did that really need to be cleaned? I doubt it. If I would have cleaned it before, when I put it away, I could have just plugged it back in a year later and it would have worked. But anyways, yeah, she's beautiful. Time to flip her over and start on the other side. So if you like this, there'll be some cool stuff along the bottom here. Give me a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything to give me a thumbs up. And if you watched this far, I thank you. And you might as well subscribe to Mark's Basement Arcade. So anyways, take care, Basement Crusaders, and later.